Na digital blessing. High tech, they rise, no stressing. Money boy on the video. I see numbers on my screen. Green candles make me lean. My people, them, they win. High tech, they flow like stream. Enough we go down. Now only young we know. All my people gather round. Make we show them how we grow. High tech, na juju money. Juju money. Price they rise infinitely. My God, dash us this blessing. This blessings. Digital money no go rest. Oh. No rest.
Okay, let me quickly confirm that everything is working fine with the mic. Hopefully, yes. Just a second. Okay, everything is working fine, so we can start. So my name is Hightech, of course. I'm the creator of Hightech Meme Coin. And on these live streams, I talk about what just happened in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it, and how well my meme coin is doing in all of it. Okay, let's quickly make sure that no one is going to disturb us by switching off the Telegram, and let me quickly confirm everything is right here on my screens, but yeah, it is. So let's start then. So guys, I told you that Thursday is going to be the day, right? That is going to be the day in which market will decide which way we are going. So far so good. As you see, we are definitely moving more to the upside than to the downside. Look at the daily candle of today. It's not very impressive, +1, a little bit over +1%, but hey, nonetheless, it's positive, right? It's not a red candle, and as you see, we are getting out of this range we pretended for last 3 days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As you see, we were going sideways mostly because 85% of the price action usually happens within candle body, and today we're breaking out. We are going above that. We are waving goodbye to it. That's, of course, that's very nice. Probably we will have some sort of counter reaction here before we go higher. I hope we will not be doing like a large W pattern here. That is also possible, but what day is today? It's 7th of August already, so I think, to be honest, I think market makers should rush by now, should be running with pumping prices if they want to attract a lot of liquidity for the beginning of fourth quarter. So I'm just looking at where the interest of the biggest lays, and in my opinion, in my eyes, it should be much higher than this, because the retail participation is still very low. And that translates to cheap chart printing, cheap chart manipulation. If we get out of the summer season, it will become a completely different cost. So that's why I'm leaning hardly heavy towards that let's say argument, right? Of course, how right I am, we'll have to wait and see, but I think there is a very strong merit to believe that is the way it's going to unroll, is going to unfold, because literally, markets usually, they tend to follow where money is, and I think that's the place. So yeah, let's take a look at others. So if Bitcoin is moving like this, others probably is looking quite good. I've seen on crypto bubbles that there was a lot of green everywhere. So yeah, yesterday, the day before yesterday, it was very poor, but today some coins are pumping quite nicely. Some are dumping, as you see TST. TST is a test token, by the way. It was literally a test token created by one of Binance folks. He was recording a tutorial about how to create a token, how to issue a token on BNB chain, and people literally bought it up. They started to speculate on it, and later on, Binance listed it. Absolutely crazy movement. And now it has a serious market cap, so that's wild. Bio, as you see, is having the best ride today. A to Z is also somewhat good. ASR 2. ASR, I did not trade it, but if I were to trade it, it would have given me a double. Unfortunately, I did not trade it. Bio, right now, as well, I would have I'll have a really nice trade on it, but I hadn't traded, so it has escaped me. Let me show you even how that one looks on my system. So plus 35%. So of course, not all of 58% would have been caught, but nonetheless, plus right now 36% is quite decent. It's quite decent. It's nothing to complain about. So unfortunately, as I previously mentioned, this one is not in my portfolio right now. A to Z is also having a nice pump. This one has been freshly listed, plus 15% so far. It's a very young chart, only this much of history. Yeah, so it literally it got listed a few days ago, and right now it's receiving an entry on my systems, and so far it's going good. It's going the right way. Anything else? Yeah, ASR I'm not going to even bother with showing because there's so many coins I do not trade. Majority I do though, because how many altcoins are on Binance? Because here, of course, I'm showing only Binance because my systems are written for Binance. Majority I do trade, but they keep amplifying their offer. They keep adding new coins, keep the listing too, but also keep adding new ones. And every single time they add a new one, I have to introduce it into the system, and that's a pain in the bottom. So that I'm quite lazy for that. So that's why I stick with those that I already have put in my database. So yeah, but as you see, it's very green, right? It's very green with those few red islands, literally a handful of them. The rest is looking really nice. So yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. That one was breaking too a little bit, which is what we want to see, of course. Let's go to greater time frame. Yeah, so this is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a rejection from 61.87, and that is literally what market has for us. So I'm very happy now. I think we could start the talks about maybe, who knows, maybe this is a head and shoulders formation, which of course is a bearish formation, and we should expect a further decline from here. Let's hope for that. If you want large moves among the altcoin kind, this one has to be looking bearish, right? It will be making people think about altcoins more and more. So By the way, how about these metrics here? So crypto fear and grid index 50 for yesterday was at 52. But this one is lagging with 1 day. So it's actually showing from yesterday. So today probably it will be much higher than 54. But let's take a look at altcoin season index, how this one is looking so far. 38. Okay, so and yesterday, the day before yesterday was 30. So this one actually yesterday was 38. The day before yesterday 36. Last week 36. Last month 26. Okay. So I think after today it will be looking much better than this. Much better. I think we could maybe even see 50. Probably not above 50. I would draw a line in the sand that 50 is the maximum that we are going to see tomorrow. But who knows? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't want to see it, heating up too fast because that's usually a bad sign. So let's hope for the best, right? Let's go back to crypto fear and greed index here. And yeah, let's keep discussing these babies. So let me go through the usual thing that we do on every single live stream. We look at those most significant charts. What are the signs in the sky? This one is breaking down too. So which we want to see these two. You want to see in as bad shape as they can be. Bitcoin dominance and USDTD, of course, which is USDT dominance. And yeah, so far so good. This one in this very tiny picture here, you can speculate that we are in the midst of a descending triangle. Maybe if we switch to smaller time frame, it will be a little bit more visible. Let me see. Yeah, to some extent. To some extent, yes. I don't know why this one is behaving like that. To some extent, we can say that this is what we are dealing with right now. A descending triangle on hourly. We even had a retest of the base of the triangle, and now we are coming down again. Like I said, let's hope for the worst here. Let's hope for this thing to go to an absolute hell. And let's start that altcoin season finally. It will start. Don't doubt it. I know you are waiting. I'm waiting a long time already. You are waiting a long time already. I know it feels like forever, but worry not. We'll get there. We'll get there. The only job you have got is to survive until then with a little bit of dry powder. That's why I never go all in. Always leave some dry powder on the side. And right now, whatever favorite altcoins you have chosen on the dips, add a little bit to your positions, and I think very soon, within a couple of weeks, you will be very happy that you listened. All right. Let's take a look at S&P. Probably S&P had a nice day if we are acting like this. Let's see. The 15-minute maybe. Oh, no, not okay. Partially yes. Partially yes, because we opened much higher and then we started to decline on Heiken Ashi. This daily probably will be in green. Yes, it is. And it's a stronger green than yesterday, you see. So probably that's why. So right here, it looks like we are done with this correction. Many people were betting on market, going to sewer from here. That means that for 100%, a lot of liquidity popped up right above the current price action. And that, in summer season, that's a liquidity that is very easy to grab for market makers. So obviously that they went for it, and right now they have much more capital. I mean, many people probably got totally wasted, wrecked with their shorts. That means market makers just got a top up with their balance, and they can keep propping up the spot market just so more bears come and more bears try to liquidate this thing, and just deliver them more fuel. This is how it works until we get to the real extremes. When we get to the real extremes, then that loop does not work anymore, and correction must happen, and then they do the opposite for some time. Yeah, what else? There was something I wanted to check, and it escaped me because of the S&P. Oh my god, I forgot. When I was talking about it, I was thinking about one thing that I want to check, and yeah, but sometimes when live stream live, things like that happen. Guys, if you have any questions, don't forget to comment. Write me in the chat. Write me hi. Hi is actually good enough. You don't have to elaborate too much. You don't have to, come up with anything sharp, anything smart. If you just write me hi, I'll be very happy. Anyway, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't done so, and also consider throwing something at Hitech. My meme coin, you will find it on Solana dexes. If you watch me on X, then you will find the mint address in my bio, of course. If you watch it on YouTube or Rumble, you will find it in the description section of the live stream. How's it going? Yeah, the connection is somewhat stable. That's cool. So yeah, I still don't remember what I wanted to look up. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Well, Heiken, actually, this one is also looking much better. Maybe let's take a look at gold. WAXG. WAXG, how this one is looking. Okay, Heiken actually is looking good. Naturally. And today's price action is looking good too. It is looking solid. So yeah, gold is not going anywhere, at least for the time being. It's looking good, I must say. It's leaning towards the upside. It does not give me a bad impression. There was a moment it was it was giving me a little bit of a bearish vibe. But now it faded. Now that feeling has faded away. So yeah, probably that version of reality I was mentioning, I was explaining, in which everything will just go up, skyrocket, will come to reality because of depreciation of US dollar. And here, of course, we measure everything against it, so that's only a natural consequence of things. We will observe it. Yeah. Yeah, let's go over maybe to my timeline for now. Let's take a look. Let's search for some inspiration there. Survive the summer, take profits in Q4. Crypto Goose. I agree, I agree, exactly. In Q4, when the Q4 starts, that will be the time to take first profits. The deeper we go into the Q4, the more profits you should be taking on the way up, of course. That is the time of full cautiousness. Should be very cautious when we enter, when we finally, even when we approach Q4. You should pull your guard up. You should not be relaxing. You should definitely be very, very careful in Santa Claus rally season, let's say. Let's put it that way. It bothers me. It bothers me, guys. It bothers me what I wanted to talk about. It bothers me that I wanted to talk about something and now it has totally escaped my head. But yeah, it happens, as you see. It's not in the best shape mentally today. The mental agility. It was quite an exhausting day, work-wise, but fruitful, very fruitful. In that manner, not in that, let's say, space, in that dimension, nothing to complain about. On the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly maybe. How all of this look is changing. So on Bitcoin, not yet out of the woods. By the way, that's the title of today's live stream. Are we out of the woods yet? On Bitcoin, when we look at the weekly, not entirely yet, but they're on the right way, of course. Let's take a look at Ethereum. We are on the right path. Ethereum is closer, right? It's closer to get to that right path. Once we close above previous the candle body, the close will be above previous candle body from the preceding candle. I think we are all set to go higher. I think everything will become clear at that point. How about others? How it looks from weekly perspective? Yeah, here is very early too. As you see, we are below this level of resistance, kind of resembling what is going on Bitcoin in that regard. But yeah, at least we are not with a red candle here. At least we are with a green one, trying to get above it, trying to overcome it. So that's a beginning. It has to start somewhere, right? So yeah. Okay, let's go back to what we are having here. Do you see it? LTC serve. So serve is shilling LTC. I have no idea how LTC is doing right now, but probably it's a more squashed version of everything else. Why more squashed? Because I mean, look, at this occasion, there was so many coins that had multiple times greater rallies than Litecoin, LTC here. So that is why, that's my, let's say, that's my grudge against Litecoin. That is, it does not pump enough, right? Whenever it has a pump, it just ends before it even started. So that's why I do not trade Litecoin with my systems, because other coins are much pumpier, way pumpier than this one. So it's just a waste of a position, waste of a slot. Will it pump? Yeah, probably. I mean, highly likely, like 99%, it will pump with everything else, because it still has a somewhat large community, one of the largest communities. I think it's at least top 20 largest communities in whole cryptoverse. That will make it pump on its own, but yeah, it will get outperformed by dozens, if not hundreds, of other coins, if not thousands at this point. The Wolf of All Streets. I'm so glad I grew up in a time before mobile phones. Yeah, that's true. But to be honest, you can find kids that are not really interested in mobile phones that much. Which is amazing, because if I were, let's say that young, I'm definitely with a mobile phone. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It gives, I mean, once, let's say the kid is doing the right thing, using that technology for the right purposes, I think it can become a superpower. You know, from that early stage of life. But of course, vast majority will use it wrong. Will use it for pure entertainment, for distraction, lack of focus, waste of time. But that's just nature. That's just how would you call it? Natural selection. Crypto Llama, alt season already started days ago. Only who has the vision can see it. Weeks ago. Alt season has started weeks ago, and I pointed it out exactly when. If you watched my live streams, you knew. Okay, let's revisit others' chat and let me remind you at what point I told you guys on my live streams when we started altcoin season. I said it here that we are starting actually on the daily. It was on the daily. Yeah, more or less. I said it exactly when we were here. At this point, I said we are starting altcoin season. Early. I said this is the one of the earliest stages of altcoin season, and we keep waving up, as you see. If you don't believe me, go to my YouTube channel, same handle as on my Twitter or X, at H173K. That's how you can find my YouTube channel, and just scroll my live stream sections. Go to that time that was 24th of June, and confirm. See for yourself, right? Confirm for yourself that I'm not lying to you, and that is one of the reasons why, who knows, maybe, just maybe, is worth of wasting your time with me here, because from time to time I will get spot on. Satoshi, Bitcoiner in 2021, Bitcoiner in 2025. Yeah, kinda. I agree. Heisenberg. Hood could potentially close today at an all-time high close. Hood is of course Robinhood. That's not that indirectly it is crypto related, but not really. Documenting seller. Bitcoin is the best form of money. It depends. it depends what you need. Not if you cannot afford spending $5 on a transaction. If you cannot do that, if you cannot afford that, then it's definitely not. For the Western world, yes. For the rest of the world, probably not. Because there is way too many places where $5 is actually a very considerable amount of money. Eric Young. Grok Imagine is now available for all users on both Android and iOS, but only in United States, to my knowledge. Everyone is talking about Grok Imagine. Dildos are the best thing to ever happen to the WNBA. What? What the hell? I don't know what they are talking about. Kyle Chasse, bullish investors bought 120,000 Bitcoin worth $13.9 billion between 112K and 114K in just 2 days. Really? Alright. That's not that bad, eh? 120K of Bitcoin? That's something. New, the original dog with hat cap worn by viral dog Archie is up for auction on Ord City. Alright. So they'll be selling dog's hat. Current price $793,000, 500 for. Let me say it again. $793,500 for dollars. What the hell? For a hat, for dog's hat. That's beyond insane. Coin Bureau. Senator Cynthia Lummis proposes US should buy 1 million Bitcoin, giving the nation control of 5% of total Bitcoin supply if passed. a bold bet on Bitcoin's future. That's not going to happen probably. Highly likely not. It's a little bit too silly. There are better things to do for United States if they want to take control over the world. I think the best bet they can take is to transfer completely to stablecoins, from Federal Reserve to stablecoins, and let it go without much control. Like forget about AML, KYC and stuff. Just let it fly. Just let it be a money that everyone can use with support of army of the United States, and that is a totally unrestricted form of money. That will give it, let's say, fundamentals beyond. I mean, so attractive that no one would even look other way. And I think they will at least give it a try with that approach. Rafael Arrigo, ICE will shoot high and strong after it touches that resistance at 81. I don't know what ICE is, but it's some altcoin, because here the ticker is against USDT, so that's some altcoin. Yeah, everything will move. Not a surprise. So yeah, standard talks. Standard talks, just a little bit of news. Mostly my timeline is focused on what is offered by not OpenAI. I wanted to say OpenAI, XAI from Grok side, and that's it. So yeah, guys, that'll be it for today. Share, like, and subscribe so you don't miss my next live stream. Whenever I gather a little bit more of viewers and the live chat becomes live, because right now it's dead as it gets. All of my materials will become much more interesting, of course. So that is why stick with me, right? Stick with me, and the analysis I give you, this one here has proven is accurate. I deliver value here. Other than that, there is a little bit of let's say entertainment here with my sense of humor from time to time, of course. And yeah, I'm a rising YouTube channel, right? Or live. I live stream actually to all of the platforms here. I'm a Twitch channel, Rumble channel, YouTube channel, rising YouTube channel, Kick channel too, and of course X profile. So follow me or subscribe me depending on which platform you prefer to consume my content. And guys, I see you sometime soon. Cheers.